On the day of the engagement, the fiancé suddenly proposed to the nanny's daughter. For years, the Smith family had kept the real girl's identity hidden to protect her. The nanny's daughter had grown up in the Smith household, and the fiancé, completely blind to the truth, mistakenly believed she was the Smith family's heiress. Seeing an opportunity, she decided to go along with the misunderstanding. After all, the fiancé was about to become the heir of the Wilson family. Watching the two act so affectionately, the real girl didn't hesitate. She tore up the engagement agreement on the spot. However, the fiancé misunderstood her actions. Shamelessly, he even suggested that she become his lover. Without a word, she slapped him, then ordered the servants to throw both of them out of the Smith residence. Before leaving, he arrogantly declared that he would soon become the Wilson family's heir and warned that she would regret her actions. What he didn't know was that, as the Smith family's only beloved daughter, whoever she chose to marry would become the true heir of the Wilson family. Not long after he left, the third young master of the Wilson family arrived. An illegitimate son, he had fallen in love with her at first sight 5 years ago, but she had never agreed to the arranged marriage. Now that he heard she had broken off her engagement, he rushed over to propose. This time, she agreed without hesitation. The two immediately registered their marriage and even set the wedding date for 7 days later. Out of courtesy, she intended to inform the Wilson family's old master personally, but before she could enter, she was stopped. She turned back and instead ordered all the items she had ever given her ex-fiancé to be thrown out, declaring that such trash would never be allowed into the Wilson family again. Hearing this, she couldn't help but sneer, because those so-called trash items were actually priceless artifacts worth billions. Back then, knowing he loved traditional culture, she had gone to great lengths to acquire them from all over the world. Luckily, they failed to recognize their value, allowing her to take everything back. After returning home with the reclaimed items, she was greeted by the butler, who had been waiting for a long time. Upon hearing what had happened, he was furious. Years ago, the Wilson family had been nothing more than a small, insignificant clan. Without the Smith family's secret support, they would have long since gone bankrupt. Now that she had chosen the third young master of the Wilson family, they decided to rebuild the Wilson family around him. The next day, she went shopping for a wedding dress, only to unexpectedly run into the nanny's daughter again. Determined to humiliate her, the other woman flaunted a black card given by the fiancé and boldly declared that she would buy anything she liked at double the price. In response, she subtly signaled to the clerk and began selecting items without restraint. Just as the shopping spree reached its peak, the fiancé suddenly called via video. The other woman immediately pointed the camera at her, prompting him to mistakenly believe she was trying to win him back. He told her to stop bothering him. Unbothered, she simply asked for the bill. The total came to 18 million. Though shocked, he gritted his teeth and paid to save face. Satisfied, the other woman mocked her once more, claiming she would take everything from her, both men and possessions, before leaving triumphantly. What she didn't realize was that the girl was actually the owner of the entire mall, and everything she had just purchased was old, unsold stock. Worried that delays might cause problems, she hurried back and began selecting a wedding venue. She heard that a grand hall had just opened and begged the fiancé to reserve it. Eager to gain favor with the Smith family, he quickly made the call, only to be told that the venue had already been booked. When he demanded to know who had reserved it, the answer left both of them completely stunned.